Good morning, everyone. Neo Lifer here. Today I'm here at one of the best coffee roasting place I've ever come across here in Laos. Let me give you guys a tour first before we dive into the topic of today. Yeah, this is a pretty amazing place. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I just had my first coffee of the day. It was a latte. Normally I don't drink latte, but they done the job so well. I probably get a second one. So here's the different type of roast, and they roast the coffee here themselves naturally. Over there they have the machines for the process. Yeah, and upstairs is cool too. I will give you guys a tour before we talk about the topic of the day. And we're gonna come here, and in a moment I'm gonna explain to you guys why the share price dropped 7% and why this is good for us. Not a bad thing for us at all. This is good for us. Okay, so stay tuned. I want you guys to get a tour first of the facility, and after that, we can talk about our favorite topic, NIO 100. Why it is inevitable for NIO to go to $100 per share. And if you can see, this one is set up almost like a library, have different people doing work here. Here's my friend, Sue. She's from Japan. She's, hello. Yeah, she's a digital creator. Yeah, just introducing the space here. That was my workspace, but I'm gonna go downstairs. Okay, so volatility. Why is it important to talk about it? And why today the share price dropped 7% and why it is good for us? And to put it simply, volatility creates incentive for bears to enter the market. And in previous videos, I have talked about the bulls, bears, and the pigs. And you want as many bulls and as bears as possible in the market that you are playing, and you want to slaughter as many pigs as you can. So the money that comes in from the pigs gets slaughtered, and it will be divided nicely between the bulls and the bears. So we are the bulls, the shorts are the bears. Anyone who can't decide what to do is the pig. And anyone who writes a comment say, I told you so, we're gonna go to $3 per share, that's a pig. So here, let's take a look at the market first of all. We're down 7% so far in Hong Kong. Probably going to go a bit lower as well. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. The key is that volatility creates opportunities because you want volume. The key is not just the 7%. What about the volume? So far, 11 million shares get traded. 11 million is a lot higher than usually you can get. So trading volume increases when you have high volatility. Why is that so? Because majority of the trading is done through the automated trading programs around the world. And NIO right now is displaying all the positive chart pattern shared among all the greatest stocks of all time, like a Tesla, like a Palantir, like Amazon, like Oracle and Apple and so on. Whenever the chart pattern goes positive, more people enter the stock. And the more people enter the stock, more people also enter the stock on the bear side. I want you to imagine the stock market is like a tug of war with a string in the middle, a rope in the middle, and you have one side pulling to one side, the other side pulling to the other side. Every time the rope moves left and right, when you pull, it generates volatility, movement of itself. So imagine one side is too strong. Let's say the bull side is too strong. Every day we go up 1%. Imagine that's the case. You think that's good for you? It's not actually good at all. What the ideal market looks like this, where you have constant pull between the bulls and bears, goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then sooner or later, you have a breakout point where one of the two sides wins decisively. Then you have a breakout or breakdown of the share price. Right now, we have already started the breakout process. But even during the breakout process from $5 per share, we still have regular pullbacks. And those pullbacks are extremely important to give new bulls who are waiting on the sideline have an opportunity to enter the market and make money. I'll give you a very practical example. You have been telling your friends for a week or two about NIO 100, and they say, let me do research. Then they watch my video, they get convinced that NIO 100 is real, they want to invest money. And they saw the price gone up 50% in 30 days. They don't feel very comfortable about it because they feel like they're overpaying, despite the fact they are still paying 90% below all-time high. So anytime the share market dropped by 10, 15%, it creates a unique opportunity for them to say, oh, here's a discount. I could have gotten the share 7% more yesterday. Today, for the same amount of money, I can buy 7% more shares. And usually, an investor, when they dedicate to their position, they don't dedicate based on the share price. They dedicate based on the amount of money they have available to them. It's the same for yourself. When you think about buying new shares, do you really think from the perspective of I'm buying at $5 per share, $6 per share, $7 per share? No, you think about I have $10,000 available to me. I want to buy $10,000 worth of shares. How many shares can I buy? And the more share you can buy, the better it is for you. So anytime you have a drawback, it basically means that the people who are already in the mind committed to invest in NIO will commit more share amount to the investment. So they can receive more shares for the same amount of dollar they spend. Now, I know it sounds like a no-brainer mathematics, right? But very often people forget about the basic fundamentals how markets work. The lower the share price goes, the more shares comes into play. That's what I'm trying to teach everyone. And the more shares comes into play, the bigger are the players, the bigger is the trading volume, the more important is the final outcome of the battle between the bulls and the bears. This is the reason you are observing an ever increasing trading volume in all markets for NEO shares. Not just in the United States, but now in the Asian market, they also increase the volume. And one more important information people keep forgetting, the underwriters have received significant amount of shares at a huge discount to today's market price. So sometimes the underwriter also just dump the shares to cash in some profits. That's part of their game plan. That is very normal. And a normal 5 to 10% pullback is very common in high volatility stocks. So the correct strategy, if you have not bought the shares in NEO yet, is to wait for pullbacks like we just had today, and then dollar cost averaging yourself into the share. Which means if you have $10,000 available to you, you want to buy NEO shares, don't buy all 10,000 in one day. You buy 1,000 a day, 10 days in a row. This way, you take the guesswork out of it. Instead, you get a good average price over a period of 10 days, and then you have committed yourself to the position of NEO 100. And the reason why NEO 100 is so important for the long side, for the bull side, is simply because once you have committed to a NEO 100 price target, you no longer make your shares available for anybody else to use. Not for the shorts, not for the longs. It doesn't matter who wants the shares, they have to buy those shares fresh from somebody else. And therefore, gradually, we are moving the shareholding from weak hands to strong hands. And this is the reason the higher the share price goes, the stronger the shareholder base become. Because those people who have the conviction buying at $3.50 are not selling at $5. And those who bought with conviction at $5 are not selling at $6. And those with conviction who bought at 7 are not selling at 6.50. So over the period of time, as long as more and more people believing and participating in NEO 100 movement, less and less shares will be available to the market to be bought for short covering and for new position entry. This is extremely fundamentally important. And when you see the share price dropping anywhere between 5 to 10% a day, Your natural intuition is to tell you to get out because you don't want to get hurt more. You want to stop the pain. However, you must understand the losses in financial markets are not real until you have realized the losses. Same thing goes for your gains. Your gains are not real until you actually cash in the gains. Therefore, if we all have the same goal of NIO 100, we all have the same starting point of selling the share at 100, then you don't have to worry about anything below $100 per share. You just have to spread the word about the mission NIO 100. Here's what you can do. Here's something you can actually do, improve your financial situation and help everybody and make your own position stronger. Google anything related to NIO, the NIO car reviews, NIO videos, NIO TikTok stuff, anything on social media related to NIO. Just write into the comment section, NIO 100, NIO $100. That's it. Do whatever you want creatively with this slogan and spread the news about the target of NIO 100. Then more and more people will be aware of it. Then we create a upward momentum in positive awareness and more public participation. And very soon, believe it or not, this is faster than you can imagine. Very soon, through exponential growth of awareness, we're going to achieve NIO 100 all by the inevitable outcome of positive reinforcement. So I wish I have a couple of coffee beans here. I have tons of coffee beans somewhere, but I wish I had a couple of beans to show. We have 11 beans, and the last bean they added to the entire equation has already been converted to long-term holders. Pretty obvious. Therefore, all I need to do is convincing one more bean, one more coffee bean to move over. For those people who are new to the channel, don't know what I'm talking about, please search for the video that explaining the entire setup with 10 coffee beans, then you understand the concept. So I hope you enjoy the drawdown. Take this opportunity. If you have any friends or family members who have not bought into NIO 100 yet, please tell him to start the process. This is a good time to start. Don't just buy in one day, spread it out over 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. Keep buying, keep spreading the news. And once you bought, all you have to do is two things. Number one, spread the word about NIO 100. Number two, more important, keep your calendar available in December 2026 and make sure you can come to Prashap Kilikan in Thailand to celebrate for 30 days flat out with us all to celebrate NIO 100 party. And anybody who buy below 10 US dollar per share, even you just buy one share in NIO, that is enough to qualify you to be a participant in the party in December 2026 in PKK, in the province of PKK in Thailand. All right, thanks a lot for for watching this video. Like and subscribe. And if you have an opportunity, check out this entire town full of coffee shops. All right, see you in the next one.